Morning guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the free Ammers. How we doing? Some news is starting to hot up now, all the other channels have covered it, but it's time to give my sort of opinion as it's getting closer and closer. It seems that it could happen within the next 48 to 24 hours. I'm not in the know, this is just me sort of regurgitating what's already out there, but giving my opinion on it. So Kalvin Phillips, it looks like there is going to be a loan deal in place to the end of the season. With us picking up his wages, probably paying quite a handsome fee for the loan to the end of the season as well. Let me talk about the player, then I'll talk about let me talk about the deal, then I'll talk about the player. So in terms of the deal, the loan thing I'm not against. The only thing I'm against in this is the fact that the rumours are that there's no option to buy. We don't want a situation like the Jesse Lingard one, where we get Kalvin Phillips in. Let's say he has an absolute worldie, plays really, really well, sort of shows himself, gets himself back in the England team, a bit like Jesse Lingard did, really. And then his ambitions or his ego won't allow him to sign for West Ham. Even if, again, lots of reflections to the Jesse Lingard season. If West Ham go on and finish in a Europa League position again this season, or go really far in the Europa League, and if he's been quite an integral part of it, you want him to be able to stay, and you want West Ham to be able to sign him. That's my only reservations on the deal. I do think there's something in there potentially if he does sign, where there's a good chance, and I hate saying it because I love the man, that Lucas Paquetá will go to City, and I think there may be some sort of negotiation that way where he comes and he goes there, and there's some business that way, but we still end up with a fairly good deal both ways, depending on how much City are asking for. And I think the thing is, City are in a good position because they know Lucas will want to join in the summer. He knows they want him, he wants to go there. And if we're in a position where we want Kalvin Phillips, but Kalvin Phillips is not 100% wanting to go there, City can sit there. City are probably one of the only clubs in the world that can sit there with a player on whatever he's on, 175 grand a week, and go, hey, don't matter. We're waiting to get our money. So that's my only thing, is that every ball's in City's court with this. But yeah, in terms of the player, really good player. The Leeds fans absolutely used to love him. I think the City deal, who can blame him? At the time of going City, who can blame him? He's won the treble, even though he didn't play that much. He's won the treble, and he's got to be coached by the best coach of our generation. No one probably, when he signed, no one could have probably said that Rodri was going to go on and be, the best CDM in the world. So yeah, he's not played a lot of football. Again, that's not a bad thing. And although he's obviously 28, 29, sometimes when you ain't played a lot of football, that means your careers, can go on a bit further because you've not played that much football. He can be slightly injury prone. That's a slight worry I have. But in terms of actual player, I think he's brilliant. I think, in that Euros 2021, he was one of the most, integral parts of the England team at times. And, he was ahead of Rice at one point. And obviously Rice has gone on and developed. I like him as a player. He's a good passer, good tackler. If Alvarez, picks up loads of yellow cards, which he will, or a red card at some point in the season, he can just slot in now. But if we're getting him in, he's going to start. There's none of that. And then the question marks over that, as we've all been discussing all the channels, is who comes out. We all know who should come out. It should be Thomas Soucek, and I would love to see the midfield of Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, Phillips, and Paquetá, with those boys up top doing the magic. But we'll wait and see. It would not surprise me if Ward-Prowse comes out, which would be a weird one. It would be a weird one. Or would Alvarez come out? And then you're asking yourself why, because he's been one of our better players this season. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Let me know what you guys think on that. The other news from the thumbnail, if you guys hadn't seen it overnight, Ghana drew 2-2 with Mozambique, which means they are coming home. You know, they've had a real whimper of a competition. Kudus scored 2 goals in the previous game, but yeah, ended up 2-2, 2 goals from Jordan Ayew. Good news for West Ham. You know, unfortunate for Ghana. You know, I'm sure Kudus would have wanted to go on a bit further, but Ghana are not the team they used to be. You know, they used to be quite a dangerous side back in the day, but not so much anymore. Good news for West Ham though, because it means he will be back by the looks of it for the Bournemouth game, which is, you know, in a week and a half's time, and we need him. You know, Bowen's great, but he can't do it all on his own. And the thing is, when we've got the Bowen, the Paquetás, it gives so much for defences to think about. You know, you think, like the weekend, for example, you keep Bowen quiet, more or less, can't do anything else. When you got Kudus and Bowen, it's like, oh, we've got to keep 2 quiet. When you got all 3, it's even worse, you know, because it's a bit like them big teams, you know, with Salahs and Mane, them not on that level, but the more talent, the more exciting threat you got, a lot harder for defences to plan against. You can't just go, oh, we'll push Bowen out wide and keep him now, because then you're freeing space up for Kudus on the other side. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm so glad he's coming back. We miss him. He's got that maverick. He's special. He's magic, and we need him. We need him, and the timing could just be right. You know, that we've got through without them. You know, in a few games, you know, slight little wobble, but we're still in 6. We're 3 points clear in 6. Bournemouth is a winnable game, and then we go on that. They've got that tough little run with, I think it's Arsenal in there. I think play Man United again, I think, at Old Trafford. We've got a couple of dodgy little ones in there, but like I say, if they all come back at the right time, Phillips comes in, plus maybe another signing in the next couple of days, then who knows, guys, what we can achieve this year. I'm quite positive in terms of the team. So let's wait and see. Guys. Oh, just one other thing that I read this morning, just to end the video. I read about David Moyes. So apparently his brother's come out. I think his brother's name's Kenny, saying that David wants to stay and see the project a bit further. I should have done this as an individual video, really, but I'm going to end it with it. And then currently you are reporting that David Sullivan has now sort of flip-flopped a little bit, and he's sort of saying if David Moyes was to get a new contract, it would only potentially be as a year rolling sort of mobile phone style contract, which is interesting. I think, again, I changed my mind, not on Moyes, I changed my mind on whether I think he's going to get a contract. I can't call it. I genuinely can't call it. I think there's a lot that can go wrong, and there's a lot that can go amazing for West Ham between now and the end of the season that will decide that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. As always, come on, you Lions.